Hello there, I'm Alicia Malone. Welcome to TCM Spotlight, the defining frontier, the American character in Westerns. Tonight we're looking at Westerns with strong social messages, and our next movie tackles the thorny subject of gun control. From 1955, it's Wichita. This was directed by Jacques Tourneur, who was born in Paris but had moved to America as a boy with his family because his father was a director. Tourneur worked hard to build his own reputation as a filmmaker and showed a talent for creating mood and delivering striking visuals on a budget when he teamed up with producer Val Lewton. Together they made Cat People, I Walked with a Zombie, and The Leopard Man, before Tourneur moved on, directing the excellent film noir Out of the Past, among others. Wichita is partly based on the true story of Wyatt Earp, though it is not completely historically accurate. The script by Daniel Ullman was based on his own story and follows Wyatt Earp as he arrives in the emerging town of Wichita, Kansas, and is convinced to become a lawman to keep the peace. After an outbreak of gun violence, one of his decrees is to ban all guns from Wichita, and you can imagine how popular that idea is. Wyatt Earp had already been portrayed on screen many times at this point, including in Frontier Marshal from 1939 with Randolph Scott and in John Ford's My Darling Clementine from 1946 with Henry Fonda. Joel McCrea was cast in the role for Wichita and started to do his homework, reading Wyatt Earp's memoir in preparation, but ultimately the part just required McCrea to do what he did best, be the heroic cowboy who saves the day. With Vera Miles and Lloyd Bridges from 1955, this is Wichita. Wichita took on the controversial subject of gun control, with screenwriter Daniel Ullman writing lines such as, "If men aren't carrying guns, they can't shoot each other. It's as simple as that." And, without guns, even the good citizens are unprotected. It's similar to the debate we hear today, but I couldn't find in my research how the message of Wichita was received at the time of release. The reviews I've read mainly talk about the performances of the cast and the cinematography. For Joel McCrea, this film gave him a chance to play a version of the famous lawman of the Old West, Wyatt Earp. McCrea was around 50 at this time, during the period of his career where he was almost solely focused on making westerns. He made the switch after The Virginian from 1946 and always said he felt most at home on the back of a horse. That'll do it for me tonight, but TCM Spotlight on Westerns that feature social commentary is continuing after this break with Sergeant Rutledge from 1960, a late John Ford Western that examines racism. See you soon.
Next on TCM, Sergeant Rutledge, then the Malliez Mystery, and later, Metropolis. The future is now on TCM.